Most people that we have met have either been in an addictive relationship or currently are, a codependent relationship of some type, or they've left those type of relationships and cannot, are having difficulty finding a healthier, happier relationship that is fulfilling, in which both people are healthy, independent, and yet choose to depend on each other out of their fullness, out of their health, out of their happiness, out of their generosity, and out of their natural feeling of love and affinity, and that our relationships would come from there rather than needing to get something from somebody. Most people are having relationships because they are unfulfilled in their own self. Most people are in relationships, and I'm talking about romantic relationships, out of a sense of emptiness, out of a sense of wanting to be fulfilled by another. And I'm here to talk about that today. I'm here to talk about that if your sense of aliveness, your sense of happiness, your sense of fulfillment depends upon another, any other than yourself, then you will be prone to, and most likely will be into, a codependent, addictive type relationship. And unfortunately, those types of relationships do not lead to happiness. They do not lead to happiness, they do not lead to fulfillment. In fact, they always end eventually. Sometimes they don't end until somebody dies. Sometimes they don't end until something very painful happens and they are forced to move apart from each other. Addictive relationships always end up in pain. They're never happy. And what they call happiness is at very best a momentary absence of pain, a momentary absence or a forgetfulness of the sadness, the disconnection, the unhappiness that is following one or both of those individuals and has pushed them into that relationship. Addictive relationships are part of an entire system, addictive systems, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. I want to talk with you about addictive systems and how they are prevalent. They're not only prevalent in our relationships, they are prevalent outside our relationships in the society itself, the entire society that you and I live in. And I'm fully aware that there are people watching from various cultures and from various societies around the world, and yet I'm speaking to you. If you can show me a non-addictive society on the planet Earth, let me know, please. Send me an email. I'd love to go there. All right? I'd love to go there. I'd love to meet the people. I'd like to interview them. I'd like to learn from them. I have yet to see a culture or a society that has not been taught from early childhood, from the very, very, very beginning, before language, has not learned an addictive, codependent type of model for relationships that searches for happiness and fulfillment outside oneself. And I have yet to see a society that does not have songs, poetry, and entire philosophies about love and relationships based on a model that two people complete each other. And this is probably your favorite model. It has been for most of my life. That two people complete each other, that there is a soulmate out there, that until you find them, you will not be whole, you will not be complete. And so it sets in mind, it plants the seed of thought in one's heart and in one's feelings to go out in search of some happiness out there that they will find once they find this particular person that will fulfill them, make them whole and complete. That's the model that you and I have inherited through love songs, through poetry, through the thinking of our parents, through our schoolmates, and particularly through our religions. Religions have implanted the idea that there is no happiness without suffering. What a crazy thought. What a crazy thought. There's no happiness without first suffering. You have to suffer in order to be happy later. Happiness is always later. It's always somewhere else. It's never where you are. It's always outside of yourself, and you'll need someone else to love you in order for you to be happy. It's a sad truth that that's the model of relationship that you and I have inherited. And so at Embrace Growth, we've chosen to speak about, to clarify, and to invent with our clients and our friends and the people that come to speak with us, to begin to create and invent a new model of relationship in which one is entirely responsible. You are entirely responsible for your own happiness, that you find happiness within yourself and, like a little plant, begin to water it and bring it forward until your happiness fills your life. And a person that is personally happy and is a confident person, a person that's happy and who is the source of their own happiness has wisdom. A person who is the source of their own happiness has generosity, has humility, and has a gift that is so powerful and so valuable to give to the world and to another. So a person who is personally happy, can you see how attractive they would be? There would be no lack of relationship for a person who is personally happy, because people will be very attracted to that person. That'll be a person that would be very, very attractive to the opposite sex or to anybody. So there wouldn't be an absence of relationship if you could personally take responsibility for your own happiness and then bring that happiness, that heartfelt, true happiness, to your relationships. So, in light of that, we have designed a new seminar series called Happy Relationships. And the first one is on the 27th of March in Los Angeles. And so we're going to go ahead and show that poster now. The Los Angeles Happy Relationships Seminar is coming up on the 27th of March. It will be at the Flame International Restaurant. And, you know, the Flame International Restaurant advertises here on this station as well, so many of you are familiar with it. It'll be from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., and it's just $20 at the door. We don't collect that. That's to pay for the meal, and you'll receive a really great buffet meal along with the seminar that will be led by myself and my wife, Dr. Azita Sayan, in English. So that's the 27th of March. We hope that you will join us there. And we'll also be doing, actually my wife will be doing, the following two happiness seminars in the months to come. And they will be in Farsi, and they will be led by my wife, Dr. Azita Sayan. And if you have those posters, go ahead and put that up as well. The next one is, I believe, in Toronto in April. And so the April Toronto, yes. Is that it? Yes. The April Toronto is at the Sheridan Parkway Hotel. And you can call the number that's on your screen. I see that it's kind of small, but you can call the number on your screen. You can contact the Pega bookstore there in Toronto, and you can pick up your tickets there. This one does not come with a meal. It's just the seminar. And then in the following month, there is Oslo, Norway. My wife will be in Oslo, Norway on May, and at the Tone Hotel. And you can call the numbers that are on your screen, or you can find out about it on our website as well. And you can purchase tickets for that. Again, that will be in Farsi, and it is not one that includes a meal. It is simply a fantastic one evening with my wife, Dr. Azita Sayan, in Farsi about happiness and relationships. So we call it Happy Relationships. Hope you have one. We're going to go ahead and take a brief break here at the beginning of the show, and when I come back, I want to talk about the characteristics of addictive thinking so that you can begin to see for yourself where that might apply in your own life. And I'm not going to leave you with that. I'm also going to give you some new ways of addressing your relationships so that you begin to have happiness in your relationship, regardless of where you are in your relationships right now. Don't worry if you're in an addictive relationship. It doesn't mean that you're stuck there forever. It just means that you're never going to be happy as long as you continue to pursue that addictive relationship. Happiness will always seem to be just around the corner, just, next week, next month, next year. It'll always be sometime later, but never right now. And it'll always be somewhere later, but never right here. And it'll always be somebody else that will be in charge of the happiness, but never yourself.